And you know what? For right now, I'm just going to have a seat there. I'm not sure what I want to do, but here's another water if you need it. Okay. I mean, obviously, we got an investigation to do, so I got to go over your Miranda rights just because we're talking to you, we're talking to a lot of people, okay?
I've done it for myself.
Just, I'll tell you what, from the beginning, let's just start off from when you got up this morning until the time you pulled up at the house. Just kind of walk me through that first,
Okay.
and then we'll go through and kind of explain, talk about some different things as far as the emails you've been getting, okay?
Well, I set my alarm clock for 5:30, and I used my phone for my alarm clock. And got up at 5:30, went in the bathroom, put these clothes here I got on, and went to the bathroom. Basically, got in the truck and left, and drove off. I got to I don't know where I was at, but called Sherry to wake her up, get her going, and she didn't answer, of course. And so I went on to the gym, to Gold's Gym, over by Ronnie's Plaza in South County, and started working out. I text her at some point. I might even have called her again. I don't remember. I could probably look at my phone if you want me to.
Do you guys have a home phone number too, or just cell phones?
No, we just use cell phones. So I text her, and then she still didn't respond, and probably now it had to have been well after 6 o'clock sometime when I texted her or called her. I'm sure it's still on her phone what time it was.
Okay.
And she didn't respond. It's not like her because the kids should have been up and stuff, or getting up and going by then, I believe. And so I called her again. On the way back, or when I was getting ready to leave, and she didn't respond again, and I started getting a little concerned because it's not like her not to answer the phone. Sometimes she won't answer if she's in the shower, but she always calls me back right away. And so she didn't do that at all, and so that's when I called you.
And so what time did you text her back? The second time?
I can tell you.
6:23. So at 6:23 a.m. is when you first texted her this morning. It says, "Hey, baby, are you awake?" Does that sound right?
Had you tried to call before that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can pull up the call log too if you want me to.
Okay, that just does text. I'm sorry. All right, so you're just looking at text. And how are those out, Justin? Did you go through?
So the first one is from you. It says, "Hey, baby, you awake?"
6:23. I'm sorry.
6:23 a.m. And then and she doesn't respond to you, correct?
It would be on there.
Oh, right. Okay. And so the second one for you says, "I know he was tired last night." 6:23 says, "I have about 5 minutes left on cardio, then I'll be home." And she never responded to any of them because I could tell. Yeah, I could tell on the phone.
Okay.
And then at 7:27 it says, "Hello, you up?"
7:27.
I'm sorry, 6:27. 6:27. And then at the same time, at 6:27, another one goes out and says, "Time to get the kids up." Anything as far as that sticks out in your mind from this morning? I mean, when you left, did you notice anything?
No, the only thing I told somebody was, the only thing I can remember is having to slow down for a car backing out of the driveway. That's it.
From the which driveway were they backing out of?
I don't know. You asked me the same thing. It was like 3 or 4 up. I don't know. On the left-hand side. That's the only thing I remember.
You notice anything about the car?
It was just a darker color. The only thing I'm sorry. I should have been more observant.
I mean, anything that sticks out? I mean, were you able to tell him like what kind of car it was? I mean, did you recognize it in the neighborhood at all? Or?
No, it was just backing out of the driveway. I didn't even see.
Those, kind of going back to when you first came here back in November last year, you were getting some of those emails sent to your work email address, right? Do you still have those on your computer?
I could look.
Okay.
They might be on the server. Even.
Okay.
I doubt if they're on the computer because it deletes them after so long.
Kind of purges them out, type of thing.
I would think they do on the server.
And how many threats like that? I mean, up until November, have you ever gotten threats like that before?
No, people have been upset with me, but I gotten anything. I mean, I've had people yell at me and cuss at me and everything else, but, you know, and escort them off the property and all that stuff, you know. If I just been there this morning, I'd leave.
What we're gonna do, you know, Chris, we're gonna get past that. Okay, we're gonna work this out and get through it. All right.
Do you have any paint at your house?
I think so.
No, don't.
I don't think so.
Okay. Any spray paint?
If I do, it's old. We kind of talked about the divorce a little bit.
This last December?
Yeah.
November?
And I went to Joyce with it, told her about it, or Danny, I can't remember which one. And they knew about it, and they suggested that we meet with somebody and see if we could work out whatever it was. And really all it was just communication, not communicating very well. And so...
Did you meet with somebody?
Yeah, Mike Shepard, the guy that's here downstairs in the lobby.
Okay.
He's and we've been meeting with him pretty regularly, and things have been going pretty awesome.
How often do you meet with him? I mean, you said regularly.
He travels overseas a lot too, and so as often as me and him schedule, I'd say on average maybe once a week.
We've got when you left the house this morning, was your wife alive?
Oh yeah.
What would you say if I told you that I don't think she was?
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I think she was. I mean, she was.
Okay.
She was laying right beside me.
Right. And I'm not doubting that. I'm not doubting that you were there, and I'm not doubting that you care. But I am doubting that she was alive when you left this morning. Physically, what we have are different ways to tell how long a person's been deceased. That was done. And what do you think that showed?
I don't know. I guess the time frame when I was gone. I mean...
No, you guys wrong. Chris, we need to get this resolved, okay? That you can't argue with physical evidence.
Right. I'm not trying to argue with it.
All right.
I don't.
What I'm telling you is there is no other explanation. There's no other reason that the information we have would support what you're telling us. That it can't. It can't. You've told us a story and we've gone over it numerous times. Right. You know what? We walk out to Justin, maybe we missed this. Let's go in and talk to him about this and just make sure that we're not missing something. Let's give him every opportunity to tell us exactly what happened and maybe we're missing something. Right. So that's why we go out and we come back in and we go out and we come back in. Right. I did have to use the restroom, that was legitimate, but we go out and we come back in. And we felt very comfortable that we were giving you every opportunity to tell us something that was going to contradict the information that we had. All right, we've got this information, you're saying it, and we're giving you opportunity to give us something contrary to what you told us before, so that, okay, yeah, all right, that would make sense. That hasn't happened. That hasn't happened. Listen, man, she wasn't alive when you left.
She was alive. She was laying right beside me.
Listen to me. We can go back and forth with this all day long, but the physical evidence doesn't lie, man. She was not alive when you left this morning. The children weren't alive when you left this morning.
Yes, they were.
No, come on, Chris.
They
we got to get over this. Now, there's reasons, and that's the point we're at. I want to hear the reasons. Now is when we need to find out what happened, man. It's so important. You're at a great point to be able to help us to try to figure this out. We already know what happened. We need to know why it happened.
I don't know what to tell you.
Listen, no, you do know what to tell us.
No, I don't.
Come on, Chris. She was not alive when you left. The children were not alive when you left. You know that's true, and I know that's true.
No, it just...
We need to clear this up now. We need to clear it up now. Did something happen? What happened?
Nothing happened.
What was going on in your life, Chris? Because I can't buy what you're saying. The physical evidence does not lie, Chris. It does not. She was not alive when you left, period. The physical evidence does not lie, man.
What do you want me to tell you?
The truth.
I'm telling you the truth.
How did we get to this point? That's what I need to know. I need to know how and why we got to the point we're at right now. We both know you're not telling me the truth. We both know that. I've done this a long time. I'm looking into your eyes, and I can tell you, you're not being truthful, Chris. We need an answer. And there are answers. As bad as this sounds, as bad as this looks, or you may think it looks, we understand. And I've talked to many people who have given me reasons, and it's like, you know what? Okay, all right, I can understand how somebody might have been feeling that at that time. And maybe they acted on it and they shouldn't have, and they regret it. There's no way to turn clocks back. You can't turn clocks back. You understand that, don't you? You can't turn the clock back. The only thing we can do is go forward from this point, and we need to know what and why it happened. Come on, Chris, help me out with this.
I'm telling you, I've already told you. I've told everybody. I told the guy in the ambulance. I told you. I told him.
The more we go back like this, the more it makes me think that there maybe even isn't a good explanation for it. I mean, we need to know what happened. We can't keep going on this. It didn't, she was alive when I left. We know that's not true, and there's nothing we can do about changing that. If we know she wasn't alive when you left this morning, there's got to be an explanation. Now is the time to tell us. Now is the time to get this out in the open.
I don't know what else to tell you.
Yes, you do. Yes,
No.
you do. You have to tell me the truth, Chris.
I'm telling you the truth.
Were you involved in her death?
No.
Okay. Was someone you know involved in her death?
I don't know.
Did you know? Did you talk to anybody about arranging her death?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. You're.
Thank you for coming tonight. As stated, we have some breaking news. We have made an arrest in the homicide of Sherry, Gavin, and Garrett Coleman. We have a Christopher Coleman in custody. He was charged late this evening with 3 counts of first-degree murder and the deaths of his wife and his 2 small children. I'd just first like to say that thanks go out to these men and women. This is just a small piece of this investigation. This breaking news, we got some information tonight that secured the warrant, and we started making phone calls, and we had 20 officers here within 45 minutes. They showed their dedication towards this investigation, and we've done all we could to solve this as quickly as we could, but also as efficiently as we could. We feel very comfortable in these charges, and we just want to make the announcement. Mr. Coleman will be brought here for processing, and he will be then transferred to the Monroe County Jail later on this evening.
Where's he from?
He may be here right now. I'm not really for sure. He's in transit. I'm sorry?
Is he turning himself in?
No, we went to his parents' home and placed him in custody there.
What changed between last week and this week?
I've been talking about how we were waiting on some forensic evidence, forensic testimony, different things, and it just all started coming together. And for several days now, we've been close. And it's just tonight there was just more evidence that came forward, and we were able to solidify just a more solid case. The prosecutor felt, as we did, that at this point there was enough time to charge him with these crimes, and it was brought before a judge late this evening. And the judge, after reviewing the evidence that we presented to them, agreed and issued this warrant for the 3 counts of homicide. Anytime.
Chris, are you good?
Chris.
Say, Chris?
Chris, did you kill your wife?
Did you do this?
Chris, do you have any comment?
Do you have anything to say to Sherry's family? Can you tell us a little something, Chris?
What about your kids, Chris? Anything you want to say about the same thing? Anything for your family, Chris? Any message at all?
Prosecutor Chris Wrights did not say much when asking for Chris Coleman's execution. Wrights did say Coleman felt them die, Your Honor. He's capable of strangling innocent children. Then defense attorney John O'Gara Jr. responded with a long monologue about our values as a society and how life in prison could be worse than death, saying, quote, he will die in prison. His cell is a 6 by 11-foot coffin that he'll share with another man 23 hours a day, subjected to his cruelties. O'Gara said this about his closing statement.
I probably waited 24 years to give that type of a closing argument, really, regarding the death penalty. I hope that we don't have it again in Illinois. Neither result would surprise me. If it got stayed away, I hope that it stays away.
Judge Milton Wharton said a decision to execute would be symbolic without leading to any closure. He gave Coleman life in prison without parole, calling the loss of freedom the most potent retribution. Columbia Police Chief Joseph Edwards believed if there's a case for execution, Chris Coleman was it, but he agreed it would not bring closure.
For anybody involved or associated with this case, closure does not happen when a 9-year-old, an 11-year-old, and their mother are murdered while they're in their bed in their home in the city of Columbia or anywhere else in any city in any